What's up, YouTube? My name is Mr. Schroeter, and I am here in a new capacity this time. If you know me from my previous content, then you know that I've shot a lot of content on finance. I have a huge following over there on that channel. However, I'm starting a new channel, and I'm starting this new channel particularly because I've been saying I was going to do it for years, and I just hadn't because I haven't figured out exactly how I want this channel to go. But I guess based upon my viewers and the people that watch these videos, that'll kind of decide what way I decide to go with my educational content. But just a brief synopsis of me. I am 26 years old and I'm a vice principal here at a K through 8 charter school in Florida. And so I basically just kind of wanted to throw that information out there because it's going to make a lot of sense as far as why I'm shooting this video. So like I said, I've been wanting to kind of cross over into educational content for a long time. I did financial education content and talked about real estate and things like that, but never really got into the K-12 system or the collegiate system, to which I've worked in both. So today, what kind of went ahead and motivated me to go ahead and do it is I like to shoot content just as much as I like to, um, handle money, just as much as I like to deal in real estate, and just as much as I love being a father and an educator. Um, and so it took me a while to figure out how I wanted to kind of do this channel, and I just went ahead and say, you know what, today's the day that I'm going to go ahead and start because today was actually Principal Appreciation Day. Um, and, you know, recently they had, Assistant Principal Appreciation Week. And, I had a teacher that came up to me and I was thinking about starting then because she came up to me and I walked in her classroom and she walked up to me and she was like, thank you. And I was like, thank me for what? What am I doing? And she was like, well, thank you for everything that you've done and all your support and this and that, blah, 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 blah. And, it meant a lot to me. Because I always tell everybody education is a thankless profession. You work in education, a lot of times you don't get the thank yous. Depending on the schools that you work at, you're not going to be, getting all these expensive and extravagant gifts from parents and all these other things. And the pay in education, generally speaking, isn't always the greatest. So there's a lot of ways that you can walk away feeling as though you're not appreciated, right? Um, and so for myself, a lot of the times, I'll be like, am I really doing a good job and being as thorough as I'd like to, or, doing as well as I feel like I'm capable of doing? And, a lot of times we're our own biggest critics and we beat ourselves up. And days like today really just they change my whole perspective of what I do. Not because I like to be showered with stuff or anything, but just because it feels good to hear those thank yous and see some of the different things that people say and really think about you. Because there's people that will approach you with things, and you will have thought because you never really have any great interactions with this person that their perception of you is negative until you actually get and see the different things that they do for you and or just say to you, and it'll change your day. So the first gift that I got today, just kind of go in and break into my gifts. I'm not doing them in any particular order. But this one was one that was actually very meaningful to me beyond anything. And it was a weekly planner. But it's actually set out with the same months as the academic school year. So this calendar is set to basically allow me to sort everything out and be organized up until the end of next school year. And so I thought that was really cool and thoughtful to say, hey, I'm going to give you something that you're going to be able to use going into the future a whole year. Um, and maybe that was just their way of saying you're not organized. I'm just kidding, but it was just thoughtful to me. Um, and then as I walked around throughout the day, I got various cards at various times. So I'm not gonna particularly, like I said, read them in any order. But the next thing I got was this card here. It says many thanks, and it says, Mr. Schroeter, thank you for all that you do. You and the principal, you are like peanut butter and jelly, good all the time. It says, we appreciate all you do for the teachers, staff, and they put students, but I know they meant scholars at the school. I'm not going to name the school that I work at currently. Um, you know, Happy Administrators Day. And then it's signed with all the scholars in that classroom. And that just means a lot to me because it means not only do, those educators, um, value you, but it also means that those kids value you in that classroom and those scholars, see that value in you. The next one that I got here, go ahead and open it up. It says, many thanks to you. And anybody who knows me, they know when I'm at work, I've gained like probably 30, 40 pounds in the past couple years because I'm always ordering food, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. So, like I said, small things are meaningful. Not gonna say the actual value on this card, but it was not only the card, but a DoorDash gift card, which, like I said, just something to show meaning and care that you thought. And it says, just wanted you to know how much you are appreciated on the inside. All right. All right. Then the next one, I love this because it's always funny because, sometimes my job title shows up as VP. Sometimes it shows up as AP. So they put on here VP Schroeter. It's always cool. And it says the card is titled "Thank you so much." And once again, it is a gift card for food. Basically, which tells me I need to stop eating so much at work. But it says, I hope you know how appreciated you are for everything you do. Thank you for all you do. You are valued and appreciated. Respectfully. And then, two of our amazing educators. And I can't even begin to start talking about them. Right. And these last three, like I say, no particular order. But they were just very interesting to me. Because I was walking in the hallway and I passed one of our contracted employees. So she's not like an actual employee of the school, but she's a contractor with us. She's our SLP. Amazing lady. And she's like, I have something for you. I want to hand you this card. And so it says thank you on it. And then on the inside it reads, Mr. Schroeter, thank you for all you do for the school and the scholars. You are appreciated. And then, of course, her name. Right. And then there were these last two, which were really touching. This one was just on my desk when I came in, and I knew who put it on there. However, it was because they put their name on it. However, it was just randomly placed there, so it was a little surprising at first. I was a little confused. It says, Dear Mr. S, thank you for all that you do at the school to make our lives better. Love that teacher's name. And then they snuck something in there. Our school has a healthy nutrition diet, so it's always lovely when you have a little sugar fix. It gets snuck in. We call it contraband. But this is the crazy part. anyone who knows me knows I'm a very simple person, and there's two things that I love that are very inexpensive. Um, but they just ultimately are things that I really like. And I was surprised that this person even noticed this because I haven't used these in a while at work. Um, but they got me a set of erasable pens, and and that was very different. It was crazy to me. I opened them up and I was like, wow, this person actually really thought about this. Like that was very deep and heartfelt because you have to really know me to know I love those, and I love uniballs and like special types of like pens and pencils. Um and I'll say all those things were great. And it's lovely when you get gifts, and when you get these cards and things, um and people spend their money and their time and their effort and their energy giving you something. But I'll tell you this, and this right here was one of the most simple things that I got this day today. Um, but it really, really brightened my day when I read this, right? So it's just a piece of paper. It says my name on it, right? And on the inside, it has a bunch of words on it. And I'll tell you, the first thing about this um, was, when you receive stuff like this, a lot of those cards and stuff like that, they're they're written, but they're not catered to you. Um, and this one, you could tell this is somebody who actually like genuinely poured out their heart and catered to writing something meaningful. So it reads, Happy Principal Appreciation Day, Mr. Schroeter. It has been such a pleasure working alongside you over the years and watching your journey into leadership. From taking leadership classes together for months, sharing ideas, problem solving, and encouraging each other to travel out of town together to recruit teachers, we have built not only a strong professional partnership, but also a genuine respect for one another. I am truly proud of you and all that you have accomplished. Seeing you step into the role of assistant principal has been inspiring because I know firsthand the dedication, hard work, and heart you bring to education every single day. Your leadership, vision, and commitment to both staff and I'm gonna say they meant to put scholars, but it says students make a real difference. Thank you for always being someone I could bounce ideas off of and for being a steady source of support and motivation. You have earned this position, and I am proud to call you both a colleague and a friend. Wishing you continued success and a very happy Principal Appreciation Day with appreciation. And then this educator's name, right? And I'll just tell you, when I opened that up, right, just something that simple, um, just a basic letter that said, this is how I really feel about you. This is what I really think about you. It just brightens your day, right? And so I challenge everybody who's watching this video. I don't even want you to take from this that, this is appreciation of just myself or anything like that. But if there's someone that you really appreciate and you care about and you love out there in the world, just take a couple minutes and genuinely write how you feel about them and how you think about them. You don't have to spend any money. You don't have to do anything magnificent, but just pull out a piece of paper or pull out your phone and send them a text message or something, or call them and say, this is how I really feel about you. And I genuinely appreciate you. And we thank you. And I love you. And all those great things to let that person know you truthfully care about them. And so with all that being said, if you know me from any of my previous videos, I always close out the same way. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you have anything that you want to say or any questions or anything that you want to ask me or anything that you feels like going to be for the greater good of the cause, comment it. Hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my new channel here, because why not help a brother out trying to get those subscribers so I can get that money. And as always, we love you all and we thank you all for all of the support that you provide to us. And with that all being said, we'll see you in the next one.